Hi students, now we are going to derive an expression for the drift velocity of the free electrons. Okay, inside a metallic conductor, how does the current flow take place? We have studied that the current flow is due to the free electrons flowing from one end to the other end of the conductor. Okay, what are these free electrons first of all? Free electrons are the outermost electrons or the valence electrons of the metal atom. Since the atoms are very tightly packed inside any metallic conductor, the electron of one atom is entering into the region of the other atom, and hence it becomes a free electron because it is free from the nuclear influence of the atom. Now all these free electrons of every metal atom will be moving in random directions like this. They are all moving in random directions with different velocities. So whenever these free electrons will move from its original place or position, it produces a current. So each and every electron will produce a current. But if you add the currents produced by all these free electrons, the net current due to all the free electrons will be equal to 0 because of the random motion of the free electrons. Okay. Now in the first picture, we have shown that the free electrons, the free electrons are moving in different directions. Why? Because there is no battery connected across the conductor. There is no battery connected across the conductor. Suppose if I will connect a battery across the conductor as per the second picture, what will happen to these free electrons? All these negatively charged free electrons will be attracted towards the positive end of the conductor. I will take this end X is connected to the positive of a battery and end Y is connected to the negative of the battery. So these negatively charged electrons, all these negatively charged electrons will now move towards the positive terminal. All these electrons are now moving towards the positive terminal. So the end X is having a positive potential or higher potential, and the end Y is having a negative potential or lower potential. So we have connected a battery and we have established a potential difference of V volt across the two ends of the conductor. So V is the potential difference. Suppose if L is the length, if L is the length of the entire conductor, then this V by L will be equal to the electric field. This is the magnitude of the electric field. So the electric field is established across the two ends of the conductor, and the direction of the electric field will be always from the positive end towards the negative end. So this is the direction of the electric field. E is the direction. This is the direction of the electric field, capital E. Now all these free electrons now are under the influence of this electric field and they experience a force. So if E is the charge of each electron and capital E is the electric field, then the force experienced by each electron is given by F is equal to small e into capital E. So charge of the electron into the electric field. But now what is the direction of this force? In which direction is this force is acting? Let us see now. So the charge of the electron is negative and it is attracted towards the positive potential of the electric field. So the free electrons are being accelerated against the direction of the electric field. So you can see here that this is the direction of the force. The direction of the force is opposite to that of the electric field, and the acceleration of the electron is opposite to the direction of the electric field. Therefore this force, F is equal to minus of E into E. The negative sign indicates that they are accelerated in a direction opposite to that of the electric field. Now inside the conductor, in both the pictures, we have shown only the free electrons. What are these free electrons? From where they are coming out? These free electrons are the valence electrons of the metal atom only, is it not? So when they come out of the metal atom, the remains of that atom will be no more an atom now, it will become a positive ion. So after losing these free electrons, every atom will be behaving like what? A positive ion. So in addition to these free electrons, who also is present inside this conductor, some free electrons along with the positive ions. Okay, so these positive ions are also present inside the atom. So when the electrons are trying to move from this one end Y to the other end X inside the conductor, in between there are large number of positive ions on which these free electrons are going to collide in random directions. So due to this collision, they will change their path and finally they will come slowly to the other end. This movement only is called as drift movement. Drift movement means it is a movement of the electrons against some opposition due to the collision with the ions. So with some average velocity called drift velocity, these free electrons will be drifting against the collision with the ions and they are successfully reaching the other end. This velocity only is called as the drift velocity. Okay students, now this is the expression for the force acting on the electron. But force is also equal to mass into acceleration. Okay, mass into acceleration. So this acceleration also is opposite to the direction of the electric field. So I am going to equate these two so that m into a, okay, m into a is equal to E into capital E. So only the magnitudes of acceleration vector and electric field vector I have written. So that acceleration is now equal to what? E into E divided by m. So this is the magnitude of the acceleration. Okay. Now these free electrons are undergoing collisions with the positive ions. Now I will take one electron. One electron is going to undergo a collision with one ion. So here the first collision is taking place. After colliding with the ion, it will change its path and it will go in another direction where another collision is going to take place. So after one collision with the ion, it will change its path and it will undergo collision with another ion. These two nearest collisions are called as successive collisions. Understand? So between one collision and the immediate next collision, the time is called as the time of collision. This time of collision will be different for different electrons. The time of collision between any two successive collisions, the time will be different for different free electrons. So I add the time of collision for different electrons and I divide by the total number of electrons. That is called as the average time between the successive collisions. So that is called as average relaxation time tau, or it is also called as mean free time. Okay, mean free time. So this is the average time between successive collisions. Average time between successive collisions. This is also the time during which the electron has been accelerated. Okay, therefore this acceleration of the electron A must also be equal to the drift velocity acquired by the electron divided by this mean free time. Okay, so this is the time during which the electrons are accelerated. Therefore acceleration also is equal to the drift velocity divided by the mean free time. So this is another expression for the acceleration. So two equations we have got. One is acceleration is equal to charge E into electric field E divided by mass m. And the second equation is acceleration A is also equal to drift velocity divided by the time tau. So I am going to equate these two. So V drift divided by tau is equal to E into capital E divided by m, or V drift alone is equal to E into capital E by m into tau. So this is the magnitude of the drift velocity. So in which direction is the electrons are drifting? The electrons are now drifting in a direction opposite to the electric field. That is from the end y to the end x. So the drift velocity, if I will express in vector quantity, means drift velocity vector must be equal to minus of E into capital E vector divided by m into tau. Is it not? The negative sign indicates that the direction of the drift velocity is opposite to the direction of the electric field. So the third equation, this equation is in the scalar form. Okay, this is in the scalar form. While the fourth equation is in the vector form. Okay, it is in the vector form. So drift velocity Vd is equal to minus of E by m into tau. Now the same equation I am going to rewrite in another form. Okay, so this equation 3 I am going to rewrite. Okay, equation 3. So V drift is now equal to E tau divided by m into capital E. The third equation is in the scalar form. The scalar form of the equation I have written here. So this bracketed quantity E is the charge of the electron, which is a constant, and tau is the average of the time factor, is it not? So it is already an average time, so it must also be a constant. And m also is what? Mass of the electron, which is also a constant. So this bracketed quantity is E tau by m must be another constant. So I am going to express this by the symbol mu. Okay, mu times E, where mu is equal to what? E tau by m. This is a constant and it is having a name now. This constant is named, okay, as a mobility. This constant mu is called the mobility of the electron. Okay, therefore I can write here. Okay, this equation can be written as what? Mu is equal to V drift divided by capital E, mobility. So this is another important definition. Define mobility of a free electron means mobility of a free electron is defined as the drift velocity acquired by the free electron per unit electric field. So when E, the electric field, is equal to 1 volt per meter or 1 Newton per coulomb, how much drift velocity the electrons will acquire, that only is called as a mobility. Okay, so in this equation, if E is equal to 1 volt per meter means that how much drift velocity is acquired is called as a mobility. Now what must be the unit for mobility? Unit for mobility must be equal to what? Its unit must be equal to the unit of velocity. Unit of velocity is what? Meter per second divided by electric field has 2 units. 1 unit I am going to substitute, that is volt per meter. Volt per meter, because it is what? Potential difference divided by length, no? Therefore volt per meter I have substituted. Then both this volt per meter I will shift it to the numerator, so that this will be equal to what? This meter power minus 1 will come up as meter. So that meter into meter is meter square per volt. Then already s power minus 1 is there. So what is the SI unit of mobility of the free electron? It is meter square per volt per second. Okay. So in this session we have defined 2 terms. One is the drift velocity and the second one is mobility. Okay. So the expression for drift velocity in scalar form we have derived V drift. Vd is equal to E by m into tau, and in vector form it is Vd vector is equal to minus of E into capital E vector by m into tau. So the negative sign indicates that the electrons drift in a direction opposite to that of the electric field. And also we have derived the mobility of the free electron. So mobility mu is equal to E tau by m, or this is equal to drift velocity divided by electric field. I hope you must have understood. Okay.